What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Rogue Tuesday. Today we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna play a Golem-EX Carbink Break deck. Yes, a Carbink Break Golem-EX deck. And I know a lot of people are probably saying, "What is Golem-EX?" They probably know what Carbink Break does, but a lot of people don't know what Golem-EX does. And today we're gonna find out, can this deck actually work or not? We'll see today on Rogue Tuesday. So one of our main attackers is gonna be Carbink. Carbink has this really cool ability, Safeguard, which says prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. Now, this by itself can destroy decks. If your opponent doesn't have a way around this Carbink, like they don't play anybody that's a non-EX, they don't play Hexmaniac, they don't play Garbodor, Carbink can easily just win you games. Power Gem 40, it's not very strong, but it could maybe do some work. But our main reason playing Carbink is because of Carbink Break. It has Diamond Gift, which does 20 damage, and you attach two energy cards from your discard pile to one of your fighting Pokemon. And the reason why this is such a good attack is, I mean, obviously it helps you power up Pokemon, but we need to power up our Golem-EX. If you look, Golem-EX has 180 HP. Its first attack is Boulder Crash, needs 3 fighting energies, and it does 80 damage. But the second attack is Megaton Fall, and it does 180 damage. Yes, 180, which can pretty much knock out anybody in the game. But this Pokemon does 60 damage to itself. But the downside, it does need 4 energy. So the plan is, turn 1, you attach energy Carbink, you pass, because you can't really attack Carbink. Turn 2, you attach energy to Golem, use Carbink Break, attach 2 fighting energies from your discard pile to the Golem-EX, and by the third turn, you're attacking by Golem. Now, we do play a 4/4 Carbink and a 3 Golem to help achieve this, to make sure we get this turn 2 set up pretty easily. And it does happen a lot. I mean, all you need is, what, 1 energy and 2 energies in discard pile by turn 2, which is not hard to do at all. And 2 Shaymins, of course, to help set up your draw 6 cards in your hand. And that's all the Pokemon we're playing. We're just playing 4/4 Carbink Break and a Golem. And like I said, Carbink could be enough. Even if your opponent plays Hexmaniac, sometimes that's not enough because we play a 4/4 Lion. So they only attack with like EX Pokemon. You can easily just win because of Carbink Break just tanking forever, which is really, really nice. Alright, so that's all the Pokemon in our deck. The main attacker is, of course, Golem-EX with Megaton Fall to blow up Pokemon with 180 damage. Now, the downside is you do 60 damage to yourself, but I'm going to show you how you actually don't do any of that to yourself. So, 1 Battle Compressor, discard 3 cards from your deck. I'll go over the second one, it's such a good card. 1 Letter, search for 2 basic fighting energies. 3 Switch, which is needed because a Golem does have a 4 energy retreat cost, so sometimes you need to treat out your Golems if you do start with it, or if they Lysandre up. You need to make sure you hit this. 4 Trainers Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VA Seeker, you know, they're pretty much the staples. So 3 Korrina to search for a fighting Pokemon and an item card. And this item card could be like a Battle Compressor, which can discard fighting energies to help you achieve that turn 2 Carbink Break Diamond Gift to put 2 energies onto a Golem-EX, which is really, really nice. And also can get you like an Ultra Ball, it can get you the Letter, it can guarantee you a Switch, 2 Lysandre bring Pokemon off the bench, 3 in, both players shuffle it into the deck and draw a card for each prize card remaining, and 4 Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 new cards. So that's all the supporters we play. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 supporters. 7 of those are draws, and 3 are kind of searchy cards, I guess, with Korrina. So we also play 3 Fighting Stadium, so you need 20 more damage to the defending Pokemon EX. And the reason why we're playing this is so you can counter a Stadium, but you got to think about the Megas. The Megas, they have like 200 plus, so this Fighting Stadium can help you achieve that damage, which is really nice. Now, remember how I said earlier, Golem-EX's downside is it does 6 damage to itself, but with Protection Cube, which I know some people have never heard of this card probably, it prevents all damage done to this Pokemon, done to the Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks a use. So basically, it doesn't get hurt by its own attack. So it protects itself, which is really nice. So that way Golem-EX does not take 60 damage from the Megaton Fall, which you do need it because if you don't have it, after attacking 3 turns, after 3 times, you just knock yourself out, which is really bad. And also, if you hit yourself for 60, well, you bring Golem down to 120 instead of 180, which is not good at all. Now we play 4 Strong Energies to do 20 more damage to the active Pokemon, and 8 Fighting Energy. And that's the whole deck. It's a pretty straightforward, simple deck. You want to get a Carbink Breakout, you want to use Diamond Gift to power up your Golem-EX, and start using Megaton Fall by turn 3. And if you can do this, and your opponent can't knock off Golem-EX, you have the opportunity pretty much to sweep the game and take names. And the question is, does this deck work or not? That is the big question today. There's a lot of threats, like Night March is bad for it, Vespiquen bad for it, Evital is probably bad for it, maybe not Evital. Darker Guillotine is pretty much an auto win because Carbink Greninja is probably bad because they can do a ton of damage to Golem. But overall, like, it's a weird deck. It does work sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. So today, can we see, can Golem-EX work or not? That is the big question. So hope you enjoy this deck introduction. I hope you enjoy this Rogue Tuesday. Like I said, I know some people don't even know Golem-EX exists. It is a Generations card, so it is kind of hard to pull. So we really don't see it that often. But hopefully you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, putting it back to back, playing a Grass and a Colors deck, which could be really bad because we are all weak to grass. Like Golem and Carbink are both weak to grass, so this could be really bad for us. But if it's a Sceptile EX deck, which we covered yesterday, this could be really great for us because Sceptile can hit Carbink. But let's see what happens. We won the coin flip, so we'll be going first. Yes, I would love to go first. They have a Trevenant as their little deck. Okay, there's a Carbink, and oh my goodness. Alright, so first done. And there we see Grass, DCE, so Weeping Bell deck. Alright, so they choose Pokemon in the active. What does Victory Bell do? That's my real question. Alright, we'll draw from Mulligan. We get a Carbink Break, and there's a Lugia. Okay, so put a Fighting Stadium on the active, and we'll end our turn. Alright, so on our opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. Let's see, Pressure takes -20 as well as -20 from the Resistance. Okay, so -40. Grass Energy goes to the active, okay. And if we find an Ultra Ball, we'll actually be okay. Hey, speaking of Ultra Ball, there's double Grass being discarded. If we find an Ultra Ball, we can discard double Fighting, get out a Golem, put a Fighting Energy on it, and be A-okay. And we can actually threaten a Golem. Still threaten a Golem attack. So there's a Shaymin, going to set up for 3 new cards, okay. So they play Shaymin, so it has to be somewhat decent of deck. So on our turn, what do we get? We get a Korrina, that's good. With the Korrina, we can grab a Golem-EX and an Ultra Ball, okay? And we're going to put down the Golem. We'll put down the Carbink Break. We will Ultra Ball, discard 1 and 2, and with this, we'll grab a Shaymin. Come on down, Shaymin. Okay, never mind. All my Shaymins are prized. I guess we'll grab another Carbink. Okay, so grab Carbink. We'll put that down. We'll put a Fighting Stadium on this guy, and we will use Diamond Gift. It'll do 0 damage, but attach 2 Fighting Energies onto this Golem-EX. Okay, next turn we can take a knockout. We can be a Seeker for a Korrina, get a Protection Cube, make sure our Golem, when he blows up somebody, he doesn't take any damage, which is really nice. Do we knock out this guy? Yeah, 180, 160, 140, so just enough. He has -40, but we can't take a knockout. Intensify Burn can do 60 right now to our Carbink Break. If he's a Lysandre, he can do 120 to our Golem, which could be very bad. But let's see what will our opponent do. And just Intensify Burn for 60 damage. Alrighty, so on our turn, what do we get? We get a Fighting Energy. So I'm going to switch into the Golem-EX. We're going to Fighting Energy the active, use me a Seeker for a Korrina. And with the Korrina, we'll probably just grab a Carbink Break and grab a Protection Cube, like I said, so that way when we blow up the Pokemon, we don't hurt ourselves. So let's put down a Carbink Break, let's put down a Protection Cube, and let's use a Mega Sunfall for 180 damage, -40, so 140 damage to knock out the Lugia. Alright, so go down to 5 price cards. What do we get? There is a Carbink. Okay, so another Carbink coming in our hand. Here comes Shaymin, and also my opponent's turn. What can they do? Can they find another Pokemon or not? That is the big question. Let's see, what does my opponent do here? Will Golem take a win? Oh, baby. I mean, we saw like a really terrible hand, and we still managed to pull off this turn 3. Golem-EX swinging for 180 damage. There's a victory coming out. Golem-EX taking the win. My opponent really didn't play anything, but we didn't play anything either. Let's look at our opponent's deck. Okay, that's the thing. That's the thing. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. What does Victory Bell do? That's my real question. Let's see. Spiral Drain to 60, heal 30. What's your turn before you attack? You may discard a Grass Energy attached to Pokemon. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused and poisoned. That could be really dangerous if that did happen. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's a little bit more exciting, and we get a game with Golem-EX. Alright, putting against Rasticio, playing a Psychic, Lightning, and a Colors deck. This could be Night March. It'd be fairly interesting to see what happens if it is Night March. I mean, Night March probably has the advantage because they do ton of damage so quickly. We'll call heads like always, and we won the coin flip, so we'll be going first. And let's see, what are we playing against? Hopefully it's not Night March. Hopefully it's like Mega Manetric Hoopa. Alright, so there's Carbink. We got a Carbink Break. We got an N. Okay, we're looking pretty good. We'll press done and let's see what is our opponent playing. Hopefully, this is not a Night Marcher, and it's a Shaymin. Okay, so it still could be a Night Marcher. So Fighting Energy, Golem, and we'll play it in. Both players shuffle the hand into deck and draw 6 new cards. Alrighty. So I think we're just going to pass for right now. Okay, so we'll pass. Oh, it's my opponent's turn. Okay, and let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not Night March, like I said. Hopefully it's like just not Night March. That's all I just want. Just don't want to play against Night March because I don't know if we can handle it. But maybe, I mean, maybe they can't get enough Pokemon in discard pile to knock out Golem-EX. There's a Lysandre. Bringing up Golem. Okay, all right, fair enough. Oh man, there's a Joltik. Okay, Mew coming down. Okay. Alrighty, and okay. So there's a Dimension Valley coming down as well. DC to the active. Looks like we might see a Sky Return for 30. Yep, good old Sky Return for 30. And let's see who my opponent sends up. Hopefully Joltik. Nope, Mew. Alright, so on our turn, what do we get? We get a Via Seeker. So let's Trainers Mail. Okay, so we don't have any targets. We'll grab Professor Letter, and with this, we'll grab 2 Fighting Energies. 1, 2. We'll put down the Fighting Stadium. We'll put down Carbink Break. Alright, we'll attach our Fighting Energies to this bench, Golem-EX, and we'll Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. We need to find a switch. And there it is, a switch. Alright, so we'll switch into the Carbink, and we will use good old Diamond Gift for only 20. But this is great. I'm actually liking this. I'm okay with this. As long as my opponent doesn't have like a Lysandre and 9 Pokemon and 9 Night March to the discard pile, we might be okay for the turn. So we're going to draw a card, and let's see what will my opponent do. What we could do next turn is maybe attach a Strong Energy, maybe, and knock out the Mew. There's a DCE. They're going to have a Shaymin. We're going to set up for 7 or up to 6 new cards. Okay, so set up. Going to get 4 new cards in their hand. Okay. Hopefully they don't play a supporter card. Hopefully they just draw real bad and we'll win the game. There's another Mew coming down. They have no Night Marchers in the discard pile. There's a Trainers Mail. Hopefully they whiff like we did. That would be very great. I'd be really appreciative of that. Let's see. Will they whip it or not? That is the question. Oh, baby. I mean, what we could do also is we could Boulder Crash for the knockout Mews. Okay, so Trainers Mail doesn't get anything. Oh, man. Maybe my opponent's just dead drawing. That'd be perfect. I'd be fine with opponent dead drawing. I'd be fine with beating Night March this way. Let's see what they decided to do. Okay, alright. We're waiting to see what okay, there's a Sky Return for just 30 damage. I'm going to return that Mew back into their hand. Probably going to send a Mew, and I'm actually A-okay with this. So on our turn, we are going to retreat to the Golem. We'll put a Strong Energy on this guy. And we will Boulder Crash for 80 damage to knock out that Mew. So go down to 5 prize cards. We're actually taking a knockout against Night March. Yeah, sorry. So Sycamore come into our hand, and let's see, who does our opponent send up? Going to send the Shaymin, which take a Sky Return to put the DC back into their hand and maybe use it next turn. But they have so many cards in their hand as of right now. So this is great. DC goes to the active. Sky Return will return it back into their hand, but they really can't do anything. All right, so Sky Return for 30. Okay. Here comes Mew. On our turn, we can put a Fighting Energy on this guy. Do we Korrina? Yeah, let's Korrina. And with this, we will grab a Carbink and then probably a Protection Cube. Maybe we want to, I don't know, maybe we'll end up using it. So put down Carbink. We'll put down Fighting Stadium as well, so they can't use Dimension Valley next turn. And let's use Boulder Crash for 80 damage. And also next turn, we can knock out this Joltik if he does send it up. So draw a card. There is a Sycamore. Okay, here comes Joltik. My opponent has a Shaymin and a DC in their hand, but hopefully they're just dead drawing. We can win against Night March with our Golem deck. Let's see it happen. Come on, Golem. Can we take it? Oh, man, I'll be so excited. We beat Night March. This is Sacred Ash. Going to shuffle in 5 combination of Pokemon from the discard pile back into their hands. So it's Mew and Mew. Okay. Alright, I'm fine with this. There's an escape rope. We will send in the Carbink. Let's send in the Carbink without damage. Okay, so send the Carbink without damage. Okay. And let's see what our opponent would do. There's another Dimension Valley coming down. So they can put a DC and Shaymin set up for 2. Okay. But when they do this, they'll go down to 3 prize cards. There's an Ultra Ball discarding Lampet and a DCE. Okay. Okay, so there's a Shaymin coming down. They have 1 Shaymin already in their hand. So they're going to Shaymin set up for some new cards. Alright, Shaymin set up for 5. They haven't played a supporter card yet. So Shaymin set up for 5. Okay, alright. So Shaymin set up for 5. Hopefully they don't hit any Battle Cresters. That'll be perfect. Alright, there's a Joltik coming down. Okay. There's a Trainers Mail going to the top 4 cards of their deck. We have Fighting Energy in the Battle Compressor. This is Battle Compressor going to discard 3, which is not a knockout yet. So Battle Compressor going to discard 3 cards out of their deck. Okay. Alright, but they have another Shaymin as well in their hand, so they can use that as well. So 3, there's 2 Lampets and a Jolt to be put in there, okay? And let's see what else does our opponent do. There's an Acrobite going to discard a Mew, okay? They grabbed the other card pretty quickly, like they knew they wanted it. There's Crushing Hammer and Tails, okay? So they play Crushing Hammers, Shaymin, and with double Shaymins coming down, this is actually really great for us. We can potentially just knock out Shaymins to... Well, we're going to knock out a Joltik, and then knock out another Joltik, and then knock out Shaymin. That's the plan of attack. So you see Battle Compressor, they're going to discard 3 more Pokemon. They will take a knockout this turn. Let's see, how many Night Marchers are in there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 140, which is not a knockout. An Acrobite, discarding a Battle Compressor, okay. The other card must be really useful, so Pumpkaboo coming down the field. Fighting Stadium going to the bench Pumpkaboo, which could be bad because we can just knock out the Joltik with our Carbink next turn, which is great. Alright, so Sycamore going to discard the hand, draw 7 new cards, and let's see what else does our opponent do. Now, okay, so this is Night March for the knockout. Do it 160. Alright, so they're going down to 5. We'll send the Carbink Break, and we need to at least hit a Fighting Energy. If we don't hit a Fighting Energy, I'll be really upset. There's a Trainers Mail, we'll play it. And with this, we'll grab a Lysandre, which is great. We can play the Lysandre and thin our deck out some. So let's Ultra Ball, discard Lysandre and Korrina. And let's see what's left in our deck. We could maybe grab a Shaymin to draw some cards. We have 5 energies left in the deck. If we don't hit one, I'll be very upset. We'll Protection Cube, one of the Golems. Will Shaymin set up for 2 new cards? Yes. Okay. And let's see, what do we get off the Shaymin for 2? There's a VS Seeker and a Switch. Okay. How many? We played 1 VS Seeker, so let's just Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. We're looking for a Fighting Energy, and we don't have one. Perfect. Okay. Alright, whatever. Alright, so let's Trainers Mail. Okay, we're not going to grab anything. I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard an N and Korrina, and is there another Shaymin in the deck? And there is another Shaymin. So grab the Shaymin. We'll put that on the Fighting Stadium. Will Shaymin set up for 4 new cards? Okay. Alright. Come on down, Shaymin. Let's set up. Okay. Please hit a Fighting Energy. Please hit a Fighting Energy. Oh, we got one. Alright. So we'll put a Fighting Energy on the active. And we'll attack with the Carbink, knocking out the Joltik. Okay. So 40 damage. We'll put a Fighting Energy on this Golem. So that we have 2 Golems ready to go. We'll go down to 3 prize cards. Okay. There is a Carbink Break. Alright. Here comes Pumpkaboo. Onto our opponent's turn, they have a Lysandre and a DC. They need Lysandre, DC, and a Dimension Valley. There's a Dimension Valley coming down, okay. And there's a DC going to the active, okay. There's a teammate. It's going to search the deck for 82 cards. This is great. This means my opponent cannot take a knockout this turn. And what we can do is, oh, Boulder Crash doesn't knock it out. Wait, 8, no, it does not. Oh, man, 8, 9, 10. There's a Night March, okay. Yeah, Boulder Crash does not knock this out as of right now. So opponent's going to go down to 4 prize cards. Okay, so let's send up this guy. Okay, so we'll send up that guy. What do we top deck? Okay, so we get a Strong Energy, which is perfect. So what we can do now, let's see. We can Strong Energy, Lysandre the Shaymin, take a knockout this turn. Going down to 1 prize card, my opponent can end us, and then all we have to get is 1 energy to knock out anybody. Alright, so let's do it. Let's put this guy. We'll Ultra Ball, discard Carbink Break and an N. Alright, we'll get something out of our deck. I'll grab a Carbink. We have 2. Okay, we have plenty of stuff to do this. Alright, so grab a Carbink. We'll put that down. We'll Lysandre, bring up a Shaymin. And we'll go for a Megaton Fall to knock out the Shaymin-EX. Okay, so take a knockout of the Shaymin-EX. All we need is 1 energy next turn if we can knock out anybody with this bench Golem-EX. So there's 2 cards coming to our hand. There's a Trainers Mail and a Golem-EX. Okay, so he might end us down to 1, but we have a lot of outs left in our deck. We do. We can do this. We can do this. I believe. So there's a Skyline, and we probably have it. Like, there's, oh my goodness. If we whiff this, I'll be very, very upset. Unless he plays another Crushing Hammer, that could be very bad for us. If he gets a Crushing Hammer, he can maybe discard energy off this guy. Let's see what happens. Okay. So does he get a Crushing Hammer? And if he does get a Crushing Hammer, does he flip tails or heads? There's a Fighting Free Belt. I don't care about that. Megaton Fall can just knock out anybody on the field right now. So there's a Fighting Free Belt going down to the Joltik. Okay, Mew coming down. Don't care about that. He already played a Skyla, so he cannot play an N. And let's see, what does our opponent have? He will knock out a Golem-EX. But will Golem take a win against Night March? That is the question. Does he have another Crushing Hammer or not? He's already played one. He hasn't played any puzzle times as well. And let's see, what does our opponent do here? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh man, oh buddy. Oh man. What's our opponent going to do? And there's a Night March. Okay, so they're going to do, oh man. Okay, so they're going to do 190 damage. They're going to have 2 prize cards. Let's go. Let's go, Golem. Let's knock out this Pumpkaboo. Let's do it. So let's go, Golem. On our turn, what do we get? We get a Fighting Energy. We got it. So we'll put a Fighting Energy on the active, and we'll go for the Megaton Fall to beat the Night March deck with our Carbink Break. Oh my goodness. We just beat a Night March deck with our deck. I know my opponent probably dead during the beginning, but we'll take that. We'll take this win against Night March. I'm so excited. I didn't think Golem-EX would be able to take Night March, but we did take it down with our Golem-EX Carbink Break deck. That is pretty exciting. It doesn't get any better than that. Beating Night March, the most hated deck with our deck, is always really nice. So hopefully you enjoy this episode of Rogue Tuesday. You can see that Golem can take down Night March if you do get fairly lucky. But hopefully you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I know game 1 and number 1 wasn't really exciting, but game number 2, we did it. Oh my goodness, we did it. We beat Night March. I'm so excited. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you tomorrow in not Way Back Wednesday. Legacy Wednesday. Alright, guys. Have a great Wednesday. Alrighty. Bye. Alright, guys. Just want to give a quick shout out to our 2 sponsors, 60 Cards and Yeti Gaming. The links are down below to their websites. Make sure you go check them out. Alrighty.